today on the show. Today we have a special guest. My squad, Mommy. She's making
eggplant parmesan.
eggplant parmesan.
She learned it
She learned it
from Grandma Perrillo.
from Grandpa.
Hi, my name is Krista, and today we're going to show you all the ingredients to make eggplant parmesan. You start off with 1 or 2 cans of plum tomatoes. We saute the garlic and onion in Italian olive oil with some salt and parsley. And then we're going to have eggplants, and we're going to slice a fresh mozzarella, and we're using pecorino Parmesan cheese, eggs to deep fry the eggplants in the breadcrumbs, and mozzarella, Belgiosa mozzarella sliced up. And I think that's about it. Add the olive oil into the pan to get it nice and hot. You kind of judge, put your hand over it. And I put in chopped onions first. I'll let them saute until they get nice and golden. All you need to do is in the corner. Once they're ready, we're going to throw in the tomatoes that are crushed, and we'll lower the temperature so you don't get splattered. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I now add the crushed tomatoes and stir it together. And then you add your seasonings, which is salt. You can always add a little bit more salt later on. Parsley. Put it in your hand and kind of crush it to get the flavor out. Stir it well, and also add a couple of sprigs of basil. All you do is break them apart, throw them in, and stir it, and then let it simmer slow for about 35-40 minutes. And if you care to do this earlier, you can always add some little pecorino romano cheese into the sauce and just let it simmer with it, and of course later on we're going to add some more. I've wet down the eggplants, and I'm just going to cut the leaf off one end and the tip off the other end. And I'm just going to slice some of the skin down real thin, just so it doesn't have all the skin on it. But it's whatever you like to do. Some people like to have all the skin on it and some don't. So we like to please everybody. And that's about all it. And now we slice the eggplant, about 1/4 of an inch. Now after they're all sliced, a lot of people like to spread them out and salt them to get some of the moisture out, but these eggplants are really, really nice. There's hardly any pits in there, if you call them pits. So you really don't need to do it. I never done it, and I never had any problems with it getting watery anyway. So here are all the eggplants all sliced up, ready to be dipped into a beaten egg and flavored breadcrumbs, and then we're going to fry it. I'm going to beat up the eggs. Depending on how many eggplants you have, you need to have enough eggs to cover them, because you're going to be covering them in the breadcrumbs also, and you fry them. You can always add more eggs as you need them. Here is the breadcrumbs, and I added a handful of pecorino romano cheese and parsley flakes crumbled up so the flavor comes out of the parsley. And if you wish to do it, you can add a little bit more salt, but depends on how your family likes to eat it. Some families do not like a lot of salt, so I just leave it alone the way it is. And now we're going to fry the eggplants, and we'll put the oil, make it deep enough so they fry real quick. And after they are fried, we take them out and we drain the fried eggplant pieces on the paper towel to remove some of the oil. And make sure that the pan gets nice and hot and the oil gets nice and hot. And the way you can test it is if the breadcrumbs start to sizzle, which they are, then you dip the eggplant into the egg mixture, into the bread mixture, shake it off the excess, and put it in the frying pan. See, it's not hot enough. Check them over, flip them over as they are getting nicely brown, just like that. Flip them over gently. And if they're not, just put them back. But these are dry. Oh, these are really getting nice. Only takes a couple of minutes for this because you're going to be baking them anyhow, so. After they're brown, just about like this, put them on a paper towel to absorb some of the extra oil that's on them. You don't want them to be too greasy. Just like that. And here's the first batch that we deep fried, and I'm draining some of the grease and the fat off the eggplants. And then we're going to be baking them with mozzarella and our pasta sauce.
We're waiting
For Krista
for Krista.
to finish the eggplant. Here's my sister.
She's my sister.
Sleep eating.
Sleep eating.
This is what happens when you don't nap when Mama tries to put you down. Sleep eating. Because she's sleepy, but she wants to eat because she's hungry.
Why is she hungry?
Because it's lunchtime.
And she's dropping it. I'm dropping like my sister. No, 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 no.
Sana, are you eating? Are you sleeping or are you eating?
Whoa. She's doing both.
Every time? Sure is.
Oh, that's silly stuff.
Okay, now we cut the mozzarella into slices. And then we're going to put them over the eggplants. You can slice it as thick as you want or as little as you want. And it's best to make sure that they're a little colder. Don't leave them out. They get too soft. It's very hard to cut. You can cut them like this. And now we're going to put everything together. We're going to layer and layer and layer until we're all finished. And then we will bake it in the oven. And we're ready to go. And what you do is layer some of the sauce on the bottom. And the best thing to do, you don't need much. Just twirl it around. Look at that fresh basil in there. We can add a little bit more. And all you do is layer your eggplants. And now we're going to place the mozzarella right on top of the eggplant. You can cut them in half because it doesn't need it that much, because when it melts, it all melts really all over the eggplant. And then what we'll do is put some more Parmesan cheese over it, Pecorino Romano. And then we will put some more sauce. And then again, you start layering again with the eggplant, mozzarella, and grated cheese until you finish with mozzarella on top. Now I layered the second layer of eggplant parmesan, and again you just repeat what you did the first time. Gravy. Or you can do the mozzarella first, whichever way you want it. It doesn't matter. And sometimes, like now, I put some extra fresh basil, and you can put it on top or in between. It's a little surprise when you're eating. And now we put Parmesan cheese over it, Pecorino Romano, and then we'll start another layer. Well, here's the finishing touch. We're going to put it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 25-30 minutes until all the mozzarella is melted and it gets bubbly on the inside of the pan, and it is done, and you can serve it hot or you can serve it slightly cold. Look how beautiful it looks. And we're going to let it sit for about 15 minutes before we start cutting it and eating it. And I hope you might want to make this delicious dish. It's very easy. Bye-bye.
Look at me and say,
I hope you enjoyed this show.
I have to go swim in the pool.
I have to go swim.
In the pool.
Bye-bye.